Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hey, Shamagori, welcome. Amy. Whoever else is here. Madhusuda. Ah, Noodles, all right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Welcome, 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 everybody. Thank you for coming. Hare Krishna. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Gauranga Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Shri 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 Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Gauranga Nityananda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Gauranga. Shri Advaita Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Shri Advaita Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadha, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. All right, turn your mics on and let's chant some japa. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama.
Hare Rama.
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare.
Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hare Rama.
Hmm.
Rama, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama.
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Radhe
Hare Hare, Hare
Govinda.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Radhe
Krishna, Hare
Govinda.
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Radhe
Rama, Hare Hare,
Govinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Radhe
Hare,
Radhe
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Govinda.
Rama Rama,
Govinda
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Radhe
Hare Rama,
Radhe
Hare Rama,
Govinda.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Govinda
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Radhe.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Radhe
Hare Hare,
Radhe
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Govinda Radhe
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Radhe
Hare
Radhe
Hare
Govinda
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Govinda
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Chaitanya
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Sri
Krishna,
Krishna
Hari Hari,
Chaitanya.
Rama, Rama,
Sri
Hari Hari,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Chaitanya.
Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Yeah. Ah. Nectar Moon of Lord Caitanya, chapter 1. Is it chapter 1 yet? Yeah, chapter 1. In the beginning, an invocation of auspiciousness and a description of the contents of these prayers. Let us glorify the boundlessly merciful, Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Prince of Raj, to taste the intoxicating waves of the nectar of transcendental love for Krishna, as well as to give that nectar to others. He has now appeared in the transcendental abode of Navadvip as Lord Caitanya. One who is untouched by any piety, who is completely absorbed in irreligion, and who has never received the merciful glance of the devotees or been to any holy place sanctified by them, will still ecstatically dance and loudly sing and even roll about on the ground when he becomes intoxicated by tasting the nectar of transcendental mellows of pure love given by Lord Caitanya. Let us therefore glorify that Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah. Yeah, the mercy of Lord Caitanya is uncommon and hard to wrap our head around. Because and this is the whole problem in Vaishnavism, is they just can't believe it. It's just they need, like, this is postgraduate stuff too. The mercy of Lord Caitanya is extraordinary. It's amazing. The Lord Chaitanya's mercy and is through his devotees. That's why he brought them. That's why he has to continue to bring them, because otherwise that mercy won't be manifest. And that's why you see in Vaishnavism they teach the sadhana siddha. Sadhana means you become perfect by your merit, by becoming qualified. But that's hard, so hard to do on your own merits. Your own being so good and so perfect, but that's what they teach, and that's what they don't understand the mercy of a very empowered personality to actually give you what can't be gotten on your own merits. See, and this was the thing with they seem to start the truth out in the form of religion, which is like regulation. See, ours, regulation, religion. Serve God in fear. You're going to go to hell if you do that. So this is more of a beginner's idea. So the mercy of Lord Caitanya, and we're here to teach about this, but we have to learn what that means. So what it means is, like, so Lalita was reading a verse, Bhagavad Gita, those who are never envious of me, I can impart to you these things. Now, you got to take that in context. That's how difficult it was. You had to be never envious. But that's not applying now because of the mercy of Lord Caitanya. Because of the mercy of Lord Caitanya, we might have some envy. River used to tell me all the time she's had envy. She's jealous of this person, that person, everything. Lalita had her stuff, So the mercy of Lord Caitanya is what we actually see. Even though we're not qualified, we're not like Arjuna, never envious and all of this. But you see, Lord Caitanya gave the order to Nityananda and Advaita. And also, I got the order too. So that's why I understand some of these things. And he points them out in my chanting, how to help people understand what's going on. Give this bhakti even to the lowest persons, the dog eaters, the beef eaters, anybody. Do they teach that in ISKCON? No. They teach you got to be quality, you got to be vegetarian, you got to do all this. So that's why it's postgraduate. They still can't wrap their head around that. These gurus can't. Their followers can't. They can't understand that mercy. But we need to understand that mercy. So that's why, those who go through the purification understand, wow, I got this extraordinary love, even though I'm not qualified. And, but you might have some envy, but the thing is, the Lord's looking, oh, are you coming to the devotees? Are you trying to take shelter there? Oh, you have these obstacles. Oh, let me help you. The Lord gives the helper. Look at the fishermen. They had problems. Paul had problems. See? But they accepted the mercy of a devotee. It's the same thing here. You're going to get the mercy of the devotee. You'll start to feel the rays and maybe even an awakening, the deep awakening, even before you're purified. See? So, and if you don't accept that, that there's a purification there, and you just think, no, I got this love of God, I'm perfect now. You'll see it'll bite you in the ass, because you're not qualified. And you can say we're fools and all that, but do you really believe it? See? You don't know. Deep inside, the devil is there. The deep inside is that dark side. Yeah. And that's the weakness. See? And it'll come out. Eventually it has to come out. And if you deny it and all that stuff, what'll come out is some kind of superiority complex, even though it's subtle. And even the neophytes in this Sangha won't recognize it. But the more advanced devotees will know there's something not right. And it comes out as like preaching a little bit different. Like I say purification and somebody else says, oh, you don't need purification. See? So that's how it starts. See? Why do I say it's purification is needed also, even after you get this mercy? Because I go through it. Why should I preach anything that I don't see? And it works. Because I got to this point, and so it really works. And I am not being deviated by some dark part of myself. I admit it. I say, hey, man, I ain't perfect. I'm just an ordinary person. But the mercy is here. It's extraordinary. I live on it. See? Otherwise, you'll be preaching eventually like Narayan Raj. You got to be perfect first before you first deserve, then desire. Don't desire first. See, that's a twisted. Sorry, it's not clear. No, first, you come here, we'll get you to desire this. Why not? If you don't desire this after being here, then you're not qualified for Raganuga Bhakti. Even the great acharyas like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said, all you need is desire for this kind of worship. Otherwise, you're not qualified. No, yeah, go ahead, follow Narayan Raj's path or ISKCON path or Radhakund Babaji's and try to first deserve and then desire. See, that's why they even say from their own mouths, Narayan Raj, many lifetimes before you get prema. They don't believe in the mercy of Lord Caitanya. They don't know they can say they believe, but they don't. And that's the whole problem. Even in our Sangha, you'll see if there's purification here. You got to really, really see ultimately, and you will from your heart that we don't deserve this. See? We're the lowest persons here in this world, coming from demoniac man. We're in Kali Yuga. Okay? So and we still got it, and there's going to be purification. Yeah. And you'll know because those going through the purification will preach like this, because if you are, you'll see the importance of it. Go ahead there, Lolita. What?
Yeah, Guru Maharaj, I just wanted to say there is a big difference between receiving that awakening and receiving Vedanta. These are two things, It's very important.
Yeah. And it comes gradually. See, and it comes gradually. And Yeah, and simply like you could see, like devotees like Amy, she goes through the purification. Fanny, she goes. They admit they get very good, really deep realizations. See, and you might be ecstatic here, but if you don't really admit from your heart, there's purification, and then you'll see it'll bite you in the ass. You'll come in. There'll be some pride thing, very subtle, some superiority thing. So, and you'll preach in that way. And in a sense, you hide the path, the real path. So that's why, while I'm here, I want to help. And the Lord He gives me this understanding, and I'm going to share it. People still may not agree with it and all that stuff, but you have to see, if you got faith in Krishna and you got some ecstatic love and all that, you don't deserve it. But Lord, just because you've come here and because that's our work here and you're accepting this preaching to whatever degree, the Lord will give you stuff. He'll give you help. He'll give you the helper. But, you're continuing the process, just the cleaning the Gundicha temple goes on. Yeah. So read what Amy says there, Lalita.
Yeah. If you don't let that shadow dark side out, then the ego will just keep covering it with false confidence and false beliefs. And then you get nowhere. You're right back to square. To square on.
Yeah.
One of
Square one. Square one.
Square one. Okay. I understand. Identifying with the false ego.
Yeah, you fall down, and that's the Lord's mercy is to help you. If you can't look at these things, maybe they're too painful. I don't know. Maybe you've been beaten by your parents or something. There's such pain, in some people. It's nice to just be up there and ratty, But the Lord eventually will adjust it. Yeah. So. So that's just it. You'll see the dark side is there. And what it is it's just about admitting it, and allowing it to come out. It's like a pus inside that just needs to come out. Hold it in. No. I'm don't no. There's no period. All you do is up. And you'll see, you'll go up in your head a lot too. Pushing it up, and down there is all this unresolved shit. Okay? So you'll see the deepest preachers will be the ones going through the purification. They'll be more well-rounded and solid, in their preaching. So anyway, this is for, everybody to. I like to listen to people that are going through the full range. I like Lalita's classes because she's very ecstatic, and she also goes, she's been through a lot of purification. We've seen it, and it was intense, man. Very deep. Even I like reading Amy's stuff, because she understands these things, and Fanny also. Fanny knows there's purity, even as nice devotees. So and you'll see, but sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it's very hard to look at these things. That's why some people leave the sangha. Especially when you're older, it's hard to teach old dogs new tricks. You come to ISKCON, see, that's the thing. In ISKCON, they teach, there's no purification needed. And then you come in this sangha, it's like, you get the ecstasy, but no purification needed. It's like, and you become kind of hard in your, really, you must, and all that. Yeah, well, man, sorry. But that you see, it bleeds in here. This not the whole problem with the devotees in ISKCON and all these beginners out there is they can't handle the dark side stuff coming up and out and just let go. They just too much to even look at. See, that's the hypocrisy. But anyway, whoever is ready, the Lord kind of knows. So, and people come here. You may be sort of ready, ready for the ecstasy, but then the purification might be a little harder to deal with. You like Christina. She was ready for the ecstasy, right? But the other stuff is a little bit to look at that, and you know. So then it comes out. It bites you in the ass. You think it's the idea, the Mayavadi. You kick Guru away. Oh yeah, thank you very much. Now I'm ecstatic. Now it's me and Krishna. I don't need you anymore. I don't need friends. The ecstatic friend. I'm just me and Krishna, and I'll be a big teacher. See all that stuff like this. Yeah. So who disagrees with me out there? Let me know. I mean, it's good to know. That's part of the purification. Is be honest, man. If you disagree with that, let me know. Yeah. Yeah. Pull it out, man. Let's duke it out a little bit. Let's bring it. Let's bring the cards on the table. See, it's better. I mean, better. Let's let the truth win. If there's no purification needed, let's look at that. I'm just looking from my experience. The experience of those I consider are the deeper devotees. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. We don't want to bring the ISKCON stuff in here, that level of, I don't want to deal with purification, there's no, just Radhe, superficial, external, be external. This brings you deep, Even in the world, people go through a therapy, they get more of a depth in them, I helped me, I used to go to massage courses and, therapeutic things to get at, bring things up, and how, it can be helpful. A lot of devotees in ISKCON, they're not ready for even that. They're just all in their ceremonies and external. See, very external. Religion, very external. Hey, Fernando. Yeah. Yeah, so one who is untouched by any piety or completely absorbed in their religion will still ecstatically dance. See, so again, the details are not there. It doesn't. People think, "Oh boy, that's it," and you're finished. No, you get the helper. Even the Christians, practically, they weren't finished. They know they could tell you they had the Holy Spirit. They're still not finished. I'm not finished. I don't, it's not about getting to some end of the line. If you end of the line, you get bored, And they'll be perfect. All I know is getting easier. It's getting more deep and all of that. Yeah, but to get to this place, it's there's some rocks need to come out, and stuff like that. Yeah. All right. So what else? All right, let's go back to chanting some japa. That's one reason I wanted to talk about that. Let's see what happens now. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama.
You want me to chant with you or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Turn your mic on. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Rama.
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama,
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama. Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama. Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama.
Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Rama
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama.
Hare Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama. Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama.
Hare Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari 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 Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama
Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Rama Hari Rama. Rama
Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama.
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hari Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari Rama
Krishna
Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama.
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Rama.
Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama.
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Krishna
Hari Rama.
Krishna Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Hari Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama.
Rama Rama
Rama Rama
Hare Hare,
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari Hari Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna Hari Hari
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare Rama,
Hari Rama Hari Rama Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hari Hari Hari
Hare.
Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Sri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna Hare
Sri
Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya Sri Krishna
Hare Rama
Chaitanya
Hare Rama
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Rama Rama
Sri
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya Nityananda
Hare Krishna Hare
Nityananda
Krishna
Nityananda Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Krishna
Shri
Hare Hare.
Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna
Hare Rama Hare
Chaitanya
Rama.
Shri Krishna
Rama Rama Hare
Chaitanya
Hare
Shri
Krishna.
Krishna Shri Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Chaitanya
Hare Hare.
Shri Krishna
Hare Rama Hare
Chaitanya
Rama. Rama Rama Hare
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Chaitanya
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Chaitanya
Hare.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare
Shri
Rama.
Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna.
Chaitanya
Krishna
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Chaitanya
Rama
Shri
Rama.
Krishna Chaitanya
Rama Rama.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Chaitanya
Hare
Shri
Krishna.
Chaitanya
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Shri
Hare.
Krishna Chaitanya
Hare
Shri
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama. Rama Rama,
Shri
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Chaitanya
Hare Rama,
Shri
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Chaitanya
Hare Hare
Shri
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya Shri Krishna
Hare Rama,
Chaitanya
Hare
Shri
Rama.
Krishna Chaitanya
Rama
Shri
Rama, Hare
Krishna Chaitanya Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya
Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri Krishna
Chaitanya Shri
Chaitanya.
Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya.
Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna
Ramanityananda.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri
Sri
Krishna
Ajayata Kata Daira Sri Sadikura Bhakta.
Shri Krishna
Jaya
Chaitanya
Sri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya.
Chaitanya Shri
Jaya Sri
Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya.
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya.
Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna
Chaitanya.
Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya.
Bhaktavinda. Oh, we're reading about Sudama. Yeah. Okay, let's continue on with Sudama. Text number 5, and this is in chapter, text, Srimad, 10th canto, 80th chapter, text 5. Sutta Goswami said, thus questioned by King Vishnurata, the powerful sage Bhadrani replied, his heart fully absorbed in meditation on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. Sukadev Goswami said, Lord Krishna had a certain Brahmin friend named Sudama, who was most learned in Vedic knowledge and detached from all sense enjoyment. Furthermore, his mind was peaceful and all his senses subdued. See, we have to, oh no, it's done this again. Are we still getting through here? Yeah, okay. Yeah. See, again, you see, we're reading Srimad Bhagavatam about the qualification. Sudama, to be an intimate friend of the Lord, you had to be like that. It's a different age. And you see people in Vaishnavism, they preach that. You see? You see what it says in there? See, they don't have the perspective of who is of an associate of Lord Caitanya. See? You have to take everything into consideration to understand what's really happening. Yeah. The Lord is making people intimate friends even before they're like that, fully detached from sense enjoyments and all that, Arupa Goswami and stuff like that. That's the mercy of the Lord. That's why, that's why the purification needs to be there. You need, basically, it's repentance, continual repentance by allowing things to come up and out of you, so you don't get deviated. And because these things are what we've taken shelter of. We've taken shelter of pride. We've taken shelter of wanting to be Mayavadis and one with God and to be bigger, better, and more. See, so to always look for the Lord for that pure. That's what I do. I mean, it's just always, hey Lord, look at the spots. I got plenty. So here they are. You're the supreme purifier. I can't. I'm not going to try and to figure it out on my own or do it on my own. You're the supreme purifier. It's your job to do this, man. But there they are. There they are. Otherwise, and people might say, well, where does it say in Chaitanya Lila that people went through purification? Because a lot of times the Bengalis, they write, very flowery, oh, they attained love of Krishna and everything was hunky-dory. Oh, yeah? Well, look at Vallabhabhata. He got purified. He started to become a little humble and purified and everything, didn't he? What happened? Didn't go through. He came from like an ISKCON-like thing. He was a Brahmin, kind of aristocratic, proud, all this. And he became a little humble. Go ahead.
There's written about chastisement, etc. also.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's all in there. Yeah, so Vallabhabhata is a good example. He got a little humble, he was chastised and everything and got a little humble. And then, but they didn't go through it fully, obviously, because he left. Just like here, they get a little humble, they get a little ecstatic, a little something, and then they leave. That's by destiny, because they're not, ready to do it. But I'm not going to preach. Yeah, just get to that point and leave. No, get to that point and stay. You can get to that point and stay here and still be gone. Even here. Because inside, if you're not accepting, this is what the idea, at first everybody accepted the Acharya's opinion. When the Acharya disappeared, then the other opinions started to arise. They were always there. They were like yes men. Just like here, the person's, oh yes, oh yeah, go Hari. Yeah, 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 yeah. Inside, they hold a different opinion. So you don't want to look at that. It's there. That's why I encourage you, get up there and preach, man. Let's see it. Put it out there. Neophytes won't see it. They go, oh yeah, this is very great. But the deeper devotees will. And they'll probably make their comments. See? But then some recede into the background. See? Because it's nobody likes to be called on stuff, It's just it's kind of how it is, human nature. Yeah. Yeah. So so the Lord wants to make us intimate friends even before we're qualified. That's part of being an intimate friend, is to admit our faults, And Lord, see, the Lord says, oh, okay, the Lord likes to hang around people like that. Otherwise, he'll recede, and then the false ego comes, and you start listening to that. It's a little proud, false identification with the pride and all that stuff. And then you fall down. Eventually, you fall down. Actually, you fall down pretty quickly. Just like those people who don't go through the full purification here, when they fall down to the Vaidhi level. See, their realization becomes diminished, and they'll start to believe in that again. Okay? Remember when, even in our pastimes with Brahma committed an offense to, it was all part of the pastimes. He committed offense to Krishna by stealing the cowherd boys, challenging the Lord, right? And so then one day after that offense, and everything was sort of okay, but the Lord wanted to teach him and the world something. And so he goes to see the Lord like he used to, into the, was it Dwarka or somewhere. And so he gets to see the Lord in light. He doesn't see Krishna and Rukmini there anymore. He just sees this dazzling light. And he says, Lord, what happened? All I see is the Brahman now. And then some person said, oh, well, Brahma, you committed that offense. You challenged the Lord's thing. So your realization is diminished. So that, of course it's the pastimes. It's beautiful. That all rectified. But that's what happens even here. You commit an offense by identifying with a false ego and with some kind of pride or something that's trying to biting you in the butt. And then your realization gets diminished into another level, usually the Vaidhi level. And so that's why you see, what did my ex-wife do? She basically, even in the name of Raganuga, that's the twisted, that's how another level of Maya fooling you. Yeah, we're Raganuga without the raga, without the ecstasy of prema. See, that's another foolish thing. See, because of not going through the purification. Mahaviri also fell down very Vaidhi now. Yeah. And against ecstatic devotees. See, that's the Vaidhi level they're against. That's why Prabhupada said this is postgraduate. You don't understand it. You fear it, or you'll misunderstand it. You'll speculate on it. That creates a barrier. See? So it's part of the thing. So even Bhagavatam, you have to see it in terms of the mercy of Lord Caitanya. Otherwise, you'll be thinking you got to be perfect like Sudama. And then you can get the association of Lord Krishna. No, obviously it gets to be that way by associate. The Lord says, I ain't going to wait for you to become my friend by going through all these austerities, especially in Kali Yuga. It's ridiculous. I'm going to come here. I can do what I want, he said. I want people, I'm going to give, if they come the right way and come through my real associates who know me well, they know my intentions, they know my mind. If they will listen to my preaching of my mind through those devotees and my mercy, if they will believe in the mercy that I will give myself to them, even though they're idiots and fools and rascals. But just simply because you come to my devotee and you know I'm working there and you have that faith, That's not blind, I will give you real eyes, because that's what it is. The Lord is our eyes. The love for God are our eyes, otherwise we're blind in the modes, more or less blind. Looking at the false ego, identifying. What do you think the world is inauspicious now? Why do you think it's inauspicious? Why you look at the tyrants taking over? What is tyranny? It's just simply people identifying with the false ego in a big time, They're so cut off from human beings. It says it's us and them. It's us. We're the masters and you're slaves. It's always been like that anyway. People have been slaves and been tricked into it, thinking that they're free. There have been spells cast on everybody. You can't get out of my divine energy. Krishna says, my divine energy is very difficult to overcome. It's divine, this Maya. It is a trap, and you ain't getting out. You got to go through the door. Just like you go through the door to get into the trap, you got to go through the door to get out of the trap. See, there's always a door involved. See, the door is association into the trap, associating with people who identify with the false ego, and that's practically everybody. And the door out of the trap are those who identify with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, His name, His qualities. They are the light in this world because they're looking at the Lord, the true nature of the Lord. Okay? That's why it takes some purification, man. Even after getting this mercy of getting to know the Lord, you're just getting to know the Lord. All of us, we're just getting to know Him. He's very deep personality. Go ahead, Lily.
It is so obvious, Guru Maharaj. At a certain moment, you start to see that and predict that and know, oh, I'm losing ego. Oh, I will gain more bliss. I will gain more Vedanta. Yeah. You start to see that very, very clearly. Oh, tomorrow I will have this reaction. I will have more bliss. I will have more Vedanta. This is how it works. You really feel that. You really feel that. Krishna is protecting. Lord Chaitanya is organizing this everything. He's controlling that. If you He's controlling that. You don't need to follow rules, regulations. No. Surrender to that concept, to that whole package. It's not only receiving bliss. There is a lot inside. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The realization. That's why Krishna says, to those who worship me with loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding. See? So part of the understanding is the spots. You might say, oh, well, I don't want that understanding, Lord. Just give me just that I'm, that it's just all ecstasy. Part of the understanding how to come to me is like what's in the way. The clothing, like the wives, the gopis. The Lord took their clothes away. What are the clothing? Is the false IDs. The spots, all these things, maybe the very deep desire to be somebody. Do you ever have that? I did. I'm sure. I had to look. Jesus had that. Deep. What do you think he was like? No, he's struggling. That's the struggle. The deep desire made to be like name and fame. You don't think I have to confront that?
The devil in the
like look at people worshiping me and say me Bhakti Vedanta, and I'm so free of the. No, I've thoughts. They've been there. I said, Lord, there they are. God, you're making me so important and everything to people and all that. Well, there they are. I'm still going to worship you. I'm still going to chant. You're the spotlessly pure one. All I can do is like, here I am, man. There's spots, them, and thank you for showing me. And I just keep going on like that. That's what I'm teaching. But if you go, I got the ecstasy, and then, I don't want to look at that, and then I start preaching, you don't need the purification. It'll show even in your preaching. It'll be superficial, in a certain level. So anyway, it's a journey. We just, this is how we learn. We discuss these things and we relish. You know, yeah. Read what Amy says. Did she say something different?
I
Yeah.
will try to find it on Facebook, but because I don't have the
Oh
no,
yeah.
I don't receive it anymore. The comments on Facebook. The first three, and then it stops, and then at the end of your video, I get a whole bunch.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I have the same problem. Okay. The purification is the only way. Do you see that one?
I saw it before, but I can't.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. It's just what it is. It just moves down.
yeah,
That's okay.
I know.
Okay. Yeah. Don't worry about it. I'll do it. I'll
That's
read
good. Yeah.
it. Don't have to get worried or. The purification is the only way. Otherwise, the person is still believing their own speculation coming from the false ego. It's like Lolita said in her class this morning, you can't hold on to your own opinion and accept to see the real prema results. You have to abandon your opinions and start 100% under the opinion of Guru. I can of my own. Some people will be able to do it, but not everybody. But the thing is, you just admit that you got another opinion. Otherwise, you start lying, maybe. You might like, no, I don't. You're always trying to get to look perfect. See, you can't get out of that trap. You always try to, you'll even lie, and say, no, I didn't say that. I didn't, and everything not to see, and the underlying thing that you don't see, but the deeper devotee sees, oh, this person is trying to be perfect, to look perfect. See, it's that's a false ego. Okay? Trying to get out of it some way, to justify some way. So that's false ego does that. Yeah. Yeah, it's too painful not to be perfect because, that's what they taught in ISKCON too. A lot of times you got to be perfect. Even in religion, be perfect as your father is perfect. Oh, yeah, well, good luck with that. How about just worshiping the perfect one? It's so satisfying. I mean, it's so great. Just the Lord wants somebody real. What are you really in this, the relation, it's nice. Can you see what Philip says there? If not,
Piece of it, a piece of it. To me, the ego is the self, the things we learn is the way to protect ourselves from others and how to live and survive and then it stops.
okay, in the body and the world. And that's true. Yeah. I mean, there's a survival thing because, otherwise you can't survive. It's the part that works automatically like a reflex action. They call it the conditioned reflex. Yeah. Such as you suddenly hit the brakes and someone comes out in front of the car and you remember where you live and you find a way home without thinking about it. It's the things we learn, but if we learn the wrong things, then we are programmed wrong. So we'll react wrong. It depends on, yeah, exactly. See, and that's the thing when you come here, you can dismantle a lot of that old program, and it needs to be eventually. Whether you can do it or not, I don't know. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, because it's a programming. This association will help if you take it in. If your opinion disagrees with the purification people go through here, then you keep that reflex. As a survival thing, but you really don't need it here. You will survive here even better. You'll thrive. You'll thrive by getting this poison out. Otherwise, it'll be the underlying energy mixing in with your preaching. Depends on what we use. Yeah. So anyway, basically, yeah, that's it. Yeah. So back to Sudama. Where are you, Sudama? See, living as a householder, he maintained himself with whatever came of its own accord. His wife, that poorly dressed Brahmin, suffered along with him and emaciated from hunger. You see how the example like that, who could be like that? What wife could be like that? You're going to wait for Krishna to see your perfect qualities and then he's going to come and be your friend like that? No, no. Just come here and follow in the footsteps of the devotees here. That's all. You don't have to be anything special. To get the friendship of the Lord. The Lord wants to give it freely as a gift. Just come to his real associates who help rectify your conditioned reflexes and stuff. Your false beliefs I'm just here to teach the mercy of Lord Caitanya that you can be delivered in this life. Even a guy in TikTok was speaking about something, I think something to do with the cabal. And it was talking about the importance of being delivered in this life, and he said religion has it wrong. They're waiting for your next life. I thought, see, the Krishna's in everything. You could see the essence. They were even trying, and Jesus was saying, he said, what you bind on earth, you bind in spirit. So you come here, you're going to get this.
You're frozen, Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Okay, so
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
can you hear me?
But then I heard you, but now you're gone again. Now you're frozen again. Aye, aye. Yeah. You can't see the picture. It's like in the mist. It's like you're sitting in the mist.
Yeah, so
Yesterday the problem was solved on the phone, but I don't know what he said now. So I will continue chanting then. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivas, Adigora Bhaktavrida, Jaya. I suppose you say you're going to use the phone, but I don't hear what you say. We don't hear what you say, I think. A Facebook Live. Okay, then I'm going then. Okay, Guru Maharaj. Bye bye. See you later.